Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Extreme Rules Recap Show. I'm your host for this afternoon, Glenn Thomas. Just wanted to do this for the first time. I just give you a little recap of the Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Once again, 1/4 of the Wrestling Marks of Excellence, which you can hear each and every Thursday on Fox Sports Radio, 1340 AM and 96.9 FM. We also drop podcasts on Thursday as well. Check it out on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, where the links will be in the bottom of this page once this video is finished. Once again, Extreme Rules pay-per-view coming from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We started with the pre-show where we had Sin Cara taking on Cien Almas. Cien Almas finally gets on the pay-per-view card on the main roster, taking on Sin Cara. Nonetheless, this was a very decent match, very quick match. Saw two high flyers, a lot of high-risk moves in this match, but nonetheless, Cien Almas with Miss Vega gets the win here on the Extreme Rules pay-per-view pre-show. Then we moved on to Extreme Rules table match, where we saw the New Day taking on Sanity, as my co-host, the Wizard Nephew Corey, mentioned earlier on our podcast earlier this week when we gave our prediction show that New Day put on a good showing, but Sanity would get the win. Sanity gets the win here as Kofi Kingston goes through the table. Sanity picks up the win over New Day, and it was needed for Sanity to pick up a new win and to establish themselves on the SmackDown brand as one of those dominant tag teams, as we mentioned also on the podcast, that SmackDown has one of the most, right now, has the best tag team division on the roster. And if you want to look for a proponent or opponents for the Bludgeon Brothers, Sanity would be that team. Then we moved on to the Raw Tag Team Championship match, where we saw Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy take on the B Team. The B Team undefeated coming into this match. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen, you guessed it, the B Team. None other than Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel picks up the win. I'm happy for both of these guys. Bo Dallas, former NXT champion. Curtis Axel was a very good worker, former Intercontinental champion. And it's about time for these two guys to get a ride for themselves. Only time will tell how long they will be WWE Raw Tag Team Champions. Could be as early as Monday night, where these two guys lose the title. They could pull a Zack Ryder, get their moment tonight at Extreme Rules, and lose it the next night on Monday Night Raw. But it'll be interesting to see where the WWE goes with these guys. We know that Bray Wyatt as well as Matt Hardy will has a rematch clause put in there, but also how injured is Bray Wyatt from his accident a couple weeks ago. But nonetheless, the B Team gets the big celebration. If you did watch the NXT, if you watched Extreme Rules post show, which came on the WWE Network, these two guys were very excited and happy to be Raw Tag Team Champions. Talk about how they didn't get the opportunity with the Miz, and now they have the opportunity. They're undefeated and they're Raw Tag Team Champions. Good for them, and way to go for the B Team. Go ahead and buy your B Team t-shirts right now. Then we moved on to Baron Corbin taking on Finn Balor. Good to see Finn Balor on the pay-per-view card. Finn Balor has to find his place within the WWE right now, find his place in the title picture, whether he wants to be in the Intercontinental picture, whether he wants to be in a Universal title picture, but nonetheless, Finn Balor has to find his identity. He's far away from the Demon or the indie guy that we knew back when he was in the Indies, or even from the NXT champion that we knew that had great matches with your Samoa Joes, who had great matches with your Shinsuke Nakamura's. But nonetheless, Finn Balor took on Baron Corbin in this match, and you guessed it right, ladies and gentlemen, Finn Balor picks up the win. Finn Balor gets a win at Extreme Rules over Baron Corbin. A very good match, nonetheless, a win well needed for Finn Balor. We'd love to see what WWE moves with him moving forward. Is he thrown into the Intercontinental title picture? Is he thrown back into the Universal picture? Let's see where tomorrow night brings for Finn Balor as we move into SummerSlam, which is just a little over a month away. Then we went on to the SmackDown Women's Championship match, where we saw Carmella taking on Asuka, where James Ellsworth was suspended in the shark cage. If you listen to the podcast, I told you how much I love these when guys are suspended in the shark cage. Remind me of the 80s, where you saw J.J. Dillon, where you saw James E. Cornette suspended in the cage. If you remember back in the day, Sting was in the cage and RoboCop came in and pulled the cage out. Check that out on the WWE Network. But nonetheless, James Ellsworth was suspended in the cage. And that's right, ladies and gentlemen, if you have not known, you better know that Carmella is money. That's right, Mella is money. And Mella got the win over Asuka yet again. 2 wins over Asuka, 2 wins over Charlotte Flair. Love to see where they go next with Carmella being this women's WWE SmackDown champion. And who will take the title off of Carmella? Who gets the title off of Carmella? Carmella is definitely money right now. Love her or hate her, she's entertaining. She is fun. WWE is doing a great thing with Carmella, and let Asuka chase. She went undefeated over a year in NXT, undefeated a little bit on the main roster. Let her chase now, and we'll see where she goes from there. But right now, Mella is money. She's living high and moonwalking all over Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania right now. But nonetheless, Carmella is still your WWE SmackDown Women's Champion. Then we move on to, hey, you see it here, the new United States champion, which is Shinsuke Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura gets a win over Jeff Hardy with a low blow at the beginning of the match. Before this match even gets started, then he hits the Kansasa on Jeff Hardy to pick up the win. But after the match, we saw a returning, that's right, a returning Randy Orton, Mr. RKO himself. Shinsuke didn't know what to do here, didn't know to attack Randy Orton, or Randy Orton was getting ready to attack him. But nonetheless, Randy Orton gets a low blow on Jeff Hardy. And we'll see where this goes on Tuesday Night SmackDown. We know Jeff Hardy's already put in his rematch clause, so it will be Shinsuke Nakamura taking on Jeff Hardy this Tuesday night from WWE SmackDown Live for the U.S. title. I guarantee Randy Orton probably get involved in this match, and Shinsuke Nakamura will walk away again as your U.S. champion. Will set up a feud with Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton somewhere down the line. I think heel Randy Orton is the best Randy Orton in the business. Face Randy Orton doesn't do anything for me, but I think heel Randy Orton is the best. But then we went on to the cage match, ladies and gentlemen. Braun Strowman taking on Kevin Owens in a steel cage match, and Braun Strowman showed his dominancy once again over Kevin Owens. And in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, once again, where we saw The Undertaker throw Mankind off the cage and hit the table. We also saw Braun Strowman throw Kevin Owens off top of the cage, but with the stipulation is the first man to hit the floor wins. Kevin Owens is your winner. Even though he got carted off in a stretcher, he still wins the cage match. We mentioned it on our podcast. I know I keep referring to the podcast. Hey, check it out. Once again, the links are in the bottom. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play. We talked about this earlier week. Also, shout out to Brian H. Waters, who mentioned it as well in our conversations, that Kevin Owens will get the win here, and Braun Strowman will still look strong. Braun Strowman looked strong in this match, still looked like a monster, but Kevin Owens picked up the win. Going back to, remember, Braun Strowman had been a winner all the major pay-per-views. He won at WrestleMania with Nicholas becoming tag team champions. He won at the greatest Royal Rumble, won there the largest Royal Rumble ever. Then he ended up winning Money in the Bank. It was time for Braun Strowman to get a loss, but he'll still come out strong. So Braun Strowman comes out strong. Kevin Owens picks up the win. Interested to see where this feud goes on Monday Night Raw, so tune in tomorrow night. Then we went on to the tag team title match, where we saw Team Hell No taking on the Bludgeon Brothers. The Bludgeon Brothers here attacked Team Hell No earlier in the night, causing Kane to be injured. So Daniel Bryan started the match by himself, and the Bludgeon Brothers definitely took control. We saw a Kane come out with a boot on his foot, but it still wasn't enough, because your Bludgeon Brothers are still your WWE SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Who would defeat the Bludgeon Brothers? As I mentioned earlier, will it be Sanity? Or will it be another tag team? Will we see Hell No? Right now, the Bludgeon Brothers are running through the WWE, been WWE Tag Team Champions, been SmackDown Tag Team Champions since April. Who will stop the Bludgeon Brothers? Will it be Sanity? Will it be New Day? Will it be the Usos? Will it be Team Hell No? We don't know right now, but SmackDown Live looking to be very good for the tag team division, and the Bludgeon Brothers have established themselves as a very good tag team. Be interested to see where the Bar is at right now. Could the Bar be the team that will shut down the Bludgeon Brothers? Only time will tell. Then we moved on to what I thought was a very good match. This match where people question a lot. Will this be a good match? Won't this be a good match? But I think this match was a decent match. If you have not heard of Roman Reigns taking on Bobby Lashley, which was a hard-hitting match for most people. And it came out, the review came out better than what I thought. Most people wanted to see Roman Reigns win. Most people wanted to see Bobby Lashley win. Didn't know who was going to get the win here. my co-host on the show thought this would end in a no contest, thought somebody would interfere in this match, but nonetheless, we get a winner out of this match with a spear, and that's none other than Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley picks up the win over Roman Reigns. That's right, Bobby Lashley gets the win over Roman Reigns, and we'll see where Bobby Lashley goes here, because after this, also early in the night, Kurt Angle has given Brock Lesnar an ultimatum. Either he defends the title, either he defends the title at SummerSlam, either he defends the title beforehand, or what will happen was he will be stripped of the Universal title, and Brock Lesnar has to appear on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. So Brock Lesnar hopefully will be on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night, along with his advocate Paul Heyman. We'll see what is said and done. Please tune in tomorrow night, Monday Night Raw. But nonetheless, Bobby Lashley picks up a big win over the big dog Roman Reigns. Let's see where Roman Reigns go for here. Will he go in the back of the line, or will he be in the front of the line if Bobby Lashley ever gets that match with Brock Lesnar, which we know Brock Lesnar is going back to the UFC, won't be able to fight until at least January. So there is potential for Brock Lesnar to hang on to the WWE, to the Universal title a little bit longer. But I see if him and Bobby Lashley ever get it on at SummerSlam, that Bobby Lashley will get the win over Brock Lesnar. But we thought that at WrestleMania, we thought Roman Reigns would get the win. Only time will tell, but we do know, what we do know is that Vince McMahon does like Bobby Lashley. Look back to the history. Go back to WrestleMania years ago before Bobby Lashley left the company. He was in the storyline with Vince McMahon taking on Umaga and Vince McMahon, while Donald Trump, the president of the United States, Donald Trump was also included in that match. But Bobby Lashley and Donald Trump gets the win here. Let's move on to the Raw Women's Championship match, which was just a no Extreme Rules match where we saw trash cans, we saw kendo sticks, we saw fans get involved in this match. Well, not really a fan, but a person who was suspended from the WWE for the last 30 days and who would be back this Wednesday, so we will not see her on Raw tomorrow night, and that's Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey got involved in this match, as well as Mickie James. Extreme Rules, no match. Seeing people say, "Oh, how come she didn't get arrested?" Well, we should have known. The security guard that was there for Gronkowski getting over the barricade, she wasn't working tonight. No, I'm just kidding. But nonetheless, it was a storyline. Ronda Rousey brought her ticket. Husband Tim Brown, Travis Brown was there as well. Ronda Rousey, hey, showing how she can improve. Took them hard hits tonight. A hit with a kendo stick. It is good to see Ronda Rousey being involved in the WWE, being involved with the women's title. But nonetheless, the winner of the match and still WWE Raw Women's Champion is none other than Alexa Bliss herself, with the help of Mickie James. Alexa Bliss gets the win. Love her or hate her right now, she is one of the best female heels in the WWE, and it's good to see Alexa Bliss with the titles. Good to see Ronda Rousey chase Alexa Bliss. Still to see where Nia Jax plays in the picture here, but nonetheless, Alexa Bliss being chased by Ronda Rousey is good. Continue to build Ronda Rousey up, and we may see a match at SummerSlam between Alexa Bliss and Ronda Rousey for the WWE Raw Women's Championship. Then we moved on from that match, and we went on to the WWE Championship match where we saw Rusev taking on AJ Styles. Would it be AJ Styles Day or would it be Rusev Day? Nonetheless, very good match here between AJ Styles and Rusev. Back and forth. Rusev showed his dominancy. AJ Styles showed his wrestling ability, and he made Rusev, and both of these guys made each other look good in the ring. But at the end of the night, it was AJ Styles with a phenomenal forearm, and AJ Styles is still your WWE champion for over 250-some days right now. AJ Styles is running. Who's going to be the one to take the title off of AJ Styles? Will it be a returning Randy Orton? Will it be a Matt Hardy? Will it be Shinsuke Nakamura? Jeff Hardy? Will it be Shinsuke Nakamura? Let's see where AJ Styles go from this Tuesday night. Who is the next competitor? Would it be a Samoa Joe, who wasn't included on this pay-per-view card? AJ Styles is right now a very good competitor, very good champion in the fan, and very believable champion in the WWE. This was a great pickup by WWE, bringing AJ Styles in because he's able to carry the mantle. And John Cena, people like John Cena can stay at home. Randy Orton could be hurt and take time off of TV, and AJ Styles could carry a brand. And AJ Styles is carrying the WWE SmackDown brand right now, and it's great to see him to be champion. Nonetheless, AJ Styles is still your WWE champion by defeating Rusev. I guess it's AJ Styles Day and not Rusev Day. And we go to the main event, which this match should have been the main event anyway. It is the Intercontinental Championship 30-man Iron Man match. Very good match here between these two guys. We saw We saw 9 falls in this match in a matter of 35 to 40 minutes. Nonetheless, we thought the stipulation was that Drew McIntyre would not be at ringside, but he was at ringside. We saw Seth Rollins get up on Dolph Ziggler real quick with 2 falls, 2 falls, and then we saw Drew McIntyre get involved. Drew McIntyre beat up Seth Rollins, which gave Seth Rollins a 3rd fall. Seth Rollins up 3-0. But because of the damage of Drew McIntyre on Seth Rollins, Dolph Ziggler was able to get 3 falls and tie it up. And then Dolph Ziggler was able to pick up 1 more fall and took the lead. Took the lead in this match for majority of the match. Dolph Ziggler took the lead in this match and leading 4-3 for majority of the match until about the 3-minute mark, where Seth Rollins was actually able to tie it up, and Seth Rollins tied it up. And then we ended up as a tie. Seth Rollins gave Dolph Ziggler a curb stomp with 5 seconds left, but was not able to cover Dolph Ziggler within that time frame, and the match ended in a draw. By rule, they said that this match was over and Dolph Ziggler was your winning, but none other than that, Kurt Angle, our general manager of the year, I believe Kurt Angle is doing a great job here, comes out and said this match will be started and we're not going to cheat the WWE Universe with a tie. We're going to let this match, we will have a winner, and the match got restarted. But Drew McIntyre made his reappearance into this match, and Drew McIntyre cost Seth Rollins the Intercontinental Championship, and your winner and still Intercontinental Champion is none other than the show-off himself, Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler gets the win here and is still your Intercontinental Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a good Extreme Rules pay-per-view. Thought it was good. If I had to grade it, I would definitely give it a B. It told some stories, led you into some more stories that will lead into SummerSlam, which we see on August the 19th, which is a little over a month away. Hey, so WWE is doing some good things. Now let's see if it can translate into Monday Night Raw. Let's see if Raw can pick up his ratings. SmackDown has been doing very well in the rating department. Let's see what Raw can do. Should go up tomorrow night because it's the night after pay-per-view, and also we should get Brock Lesnar, so we should be able to, the Raw ratings should go up. Hey, once again, leave a comment here on YouTube if you enjoyed the recap. Also listen to the podcast this week where we finish reviewing 1997. We'll finish up 1997 review and talk about this pay-per-view just a little bit. What were the highs and lows of that? Once again, Hulk Hogan has been reinstated into the WWE Hall of Fame. If you had not heard, once again, this pay-per-view, Extreme Rules pay-per-view, is in the books. Next pay-per-view up is SummerSlam, coming August 19th from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Pay-per-view this week, podcast this week will drop on Thursday, where we will be reviewing, once again, finishing up 1997, the WWE 1997 review, what we were doing in 1997, how we saw it as a fan. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Glenn Thomas, 1/4 of the Wrestling Marks of Excellence. I hope you enjoyed the review. Give us a thumb up. Also, go to iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher. Subscribe, leave a review. Once again, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. WWE Extreme Rules is in the book. Next stop, SummerSlam.